This season of this show is dedicated to the incredible food in Los Angeles and the people that make it. You may notice that this episode is a little bit different in that it takes place in Mexico City, not LA. And there's a good reason for that. So much of what we have in LA, food, culture, history, we owe directly to Mexico. The contributions of the Mexican kitchen to the food world are countless. From corn and chili peppers to cocoa and avocados, so much of what we eat today, especially in California, we owe to the hard work and ingenuity of Mexican home cooks, agriculturists, and chefs. Today, food in restaurants in Mexico City, the capital of the country, is changing in ways the city has never seen before. With a huge influx of tourists and foreign investment in recent years, the push and pull between old and new is reshaping the food scene in Mexico in fascinating ways. I got to spend a few days in Mexico City visiting different restaurants, taquerias, fondas, and mercados with some of the city's best food writers. Community. They told me what they love about the city and what makes it such an incredible place to eat. The first place we went to was Industriál, a neighborhood north of the city center in Mexico City. It's a really quiet neighborhood, residential, very unassuming, certainly not a lot of tourists. And Claudio says he remembers his dad used to take him there a lot as a kid to go eat.
You know, like this typical street food stand in the city where they sell pambazos and sopes, you're practically gonna always find memelas. Memelas, like in some other places, are smaller.
Yeah, this is big.
Yeah, this is big. Yeah, it's like a personal size.
And did you grow up coming here?
Yeah, I grew up coming here. My father was born and raised in this neighborhood. And he took me with Teresita for eating carnitas. He used to take me to the seafood place. We had agua de limon. Wanna drink a little bit?
This is huge.
It had like a lot of impact to me because that was with the food that I grew up with. Sí, con todo. Sí, sí, sí. If you go back 500 years in Tenochtitlan, the market structure was the same in the streets, and you know the commerce was like very rich within grains and like insects, corn, and after the Conquista, you have like a lot of new foods coming into the city. And I think that history is super important to the city.
Expendio de Maíz in the Roma Norte neighborhood of Mexico City is technically a restaurant. But the owner, Jesus Tornes, doesn't like to think of it that way. He prefers to think of it as a kind of pre-Columbian experience, a place where the food resembles that of his hometown of Ayutla de los Libres in the state of Guerrero.
My life, my happiness, my world, my kitchen world, it's about biodiversity. It's about identity. It's about culture. It's about how I could share that taste. Like a lot of nouns, monja and monks. They keep what they eat or what they drink. In one moment they discovered the chocolate, and they just drink chocolate in all the day. They drink like 30 cups of chocolate, and with that they feel a lot of pleasure. I will clean your hand.
Yep.
Please don't wash it.
Don't wash it.
Smell it and feel how.
Oh, yeah. So good.
We will share this.
Great perfume.
I have more, but it's better if we share this. It's a way to connect.
So this is a drink for every day, or for
Yes.
or for a special day?
Nah, every day.
Okay.
We drink like since 11 to 1 p.m.
Okay.
in big pots, like maybe bigger pots like this. It's good. So let's share, okay?
Yeah, please. bubbles. So now just drink.
Yes. I have my mustache. Yum.
That's really good.
Yes, it is. I really like this.
Yeah.
You will get high with cacao. It's amazing because this is just cacao.
Yeah.
And the chocolate that the people buy in the stores, it's like fake.
But I love the texture. I love it's a little grainy. I love it's really like kind of bitter a little bit on the back. I really like that. It's sweet and bitter.
Yes.
It's really nice.
But in the end.
Yeah, the bitter
beginning.
right at the end.
Just in the end of tasting this. And also, I like it. I want more. I like the fat that you have in your mouth. Like remember that you drink cacao. More harvest. Come the last smash. Love, could be put it with the heritage, with the decision of the identity, with a lot of things that you grow up and someday maybe you want to give the back.
This is so good. So good.
So simple.
I met up with Renata Lira, a cook and author who lives in the Coyoacán neighborhood, far to the south in the city. Coyoacán really is like its own little town within Mexico City. It's quiet, cool, and removed from the crowds and trendy shops of places like Roma or Polanco. Renata and I chatted about the state of food and restaurants in the city, and she introduced me to some incredible bakeries, which are a specialty of the area.
I love the center of Mexico, for example. I think it's very beautiful, but I feel a little, how do you say, like suffocated sometimes.
Sure.
Uh-huh. I love Coyoacán because I live here. It's my barrio, and also because this is where most of my family was born. We've been here for many generations. The food in Coyoacán is very good. It's very traditional. Most places where you eat in Coyoacán are places that have been here for a very long time.
Okay.
Many of them are family owned. So you have very simple homemade food.
Okay, let's get a concha. Let's get 2 conchas.
Yeah, concha is like I think it's the more popular traditional bread shape. I don't know why. I think it's a perfect bread. It's delicious. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Right.
I think that's very nice. That when you bring like a staple food of one culture to another culture and they make their own interpretation of it, something so beautiful as pan dulce can come out of it. I think Mexican food is always like taking its things like corn and then incorporating them to other things. I think that food is very into our culture. So
Right.
it changes as we change.
Alonso Ruvalcaba is the incredibly talented editor of Hoja Santa magazine, a Mexico City-based food and culture publication. Alonso loves food and knows more about the cuisine of Mexico City than possibly anyone I've ever met in my life. He took me on a walk down Calle LOPÉZ near the historic center to try some different tacos and classic fondas, Mexico City's small, intimate family-run restaurants that specialize in home-style cooking.
Dices que es como tlacoyos somos los parientes de los tacos.
Yo lo siento así, o sea, como un grupo un grupo de antojos alrededor el cuyo centro es la tortilla o el maíz, pero pues adoptan otras formas, ¿no? Estas alargaditas, ahí hay quesadillas también que son tacos pero alargados, que aquí en el DF no tienen que llevar queso. Hay una discusión, ¿sabes? Que de fuera del DF las quesadillas tienen que llevar queso.
Okay.
Por alguna razón, pero aquí en el DF pues no llevan queso. O sea, tienes que pedir queso, que lleven queso.
¿En quesadillas?
En quesadillas. La quesadilla chilanga no lleva queso.
Pero el nombre es quesadilla.
Ajá. Sí, no, esa es la discusión.
¿Por qué es una ciudad especial para comida?
Porque es como una enorme concentración de cocinas regionales. Es un centro muy abierto a las influencias de todos lados. La cocina que yo imagino como más natural del DF es la cocina de fonda. Obviamente hay fondas en todas las ciudades del país, ¿no? Y fuera del país, pero en el DF es una cocina muy doméstica, con moles muy sencillos, con algunos cuantos platos muy típicos de fondas, como milanesas. Son cosas que se comen en las casas y que se comen en las fondas también. Muchos vegetales como de la familia de las calabazas, que por alguna razón es cocina de milpa. No sé si estás familiarizado con la milpa. Es un sistema de siembra que incluye chiles, incluye maíz, incluye calabaza, ¿no? Y algunos insectos, esos no se siembran, pero algunos insectos que acompañan naturalmente a la milpa, ¿no? Entonces, y es lo del campo en la Ciudad de México. Entonces es una cocina que sí es notable, sí se reconocen algunos cuantos ingredientes, pero además es muy de brazos abiertos porque también es estas ciudades de migración muy importante para el resto del país, ¿no? Gente del campo de fuera del país viene aquí a vivir, tratar de hacer una vida mejor, digamos, a ganar dinero y tal, y entonces traen su cocina con ellos y acá la venden. Entonces eso es súper rico para nosotros. Y esa cocina por eso tiene esa virtud, ¿no? De ser múltiple.
Buena respuesta.
Tal vez nos sirva de algo.
Is that a good one?